Hey everyone, different kind of way of doing Sunday school, and kind of unusual for me just to be talking at a camera in the church, but this is what we're going to be doing for Sunday school. There will be a video for you to watch that tells the story we're going to talk about, some activities to do like word finds and that sort of thing to get a little bit more connection and spend a little bit more time thinking about the story, and then there will be a video of me talking about the story. And so we're going to start at the beginning of the Bible, and the first words are in the beginning. And what you get, and hopefully you've watched the video that was up, what you get is this story of how God created the world. And you get this, there was darkness, and he said, let there be light, and there was light. And it goes through, right? And there's creates water and land and light and people and animals and sky, and he creates all these different things that are a part of the world. Now, a lot of people can get kind of held up thinking about how that all works and what that looks like, and I don't think that that's the kind of questions that we need to worry about too much when it comes to this story of creation. Right? A lot of people can get caught up in that, well, how long were these days? Did it actually happen? What was there before? I think that that's the wrong way to look at it. Because to me, in this whole thing, the most important words that we hear about are, it was good. Throughout the whole time, whenever God makes something, he says, it was good. And kind of a trick that I've always used when reading things and thinking about stuff is if something gets repeated a whole bunch, it's probably something that is important. And so it keeps repeating, it was good, over and over again. And to talk about what I think God is saying there, when he keeps saying that it was good, I brought this with me today. It's a gumball machine that I keep in my office, but instead of being full of gumballs, it's full of Jelly Belly jelly beans. And it's one of these old-timey kind of things. I remember seeing these in banks when I was a kid. Maybe you see these other places too, right? Where you put the little coin in there and you twist it and some come out. I have this set up so you don't need a coin. You just twist it and a jelly bean comes out. I got a green one. I think that this is either kiwi or green apple. I love eating on camera. It's kiwi. So that's it, right? You twist it and the candy comes out. Have you ever wondered how one of these works? I'm going to try and do this without making a mess. There's like a screw in the top here. If I loosen that, then does that. I can take this off. There's all these pieces here. You have to work through to get everything out. There's like a rod in here that I'm twisting free, okay. And then when I twist that out, the whole bottom comes out. And I'm gonna hold this, I'm gonna put this back on top here so that when I tilt it over, not everything comes falling out. See if I can get that to work. Put that back in here, see if that'll screw on or if it's too far down now. All right, I'm just gonna hold it. So when you tilt it over, okay, it's falling out, you'll see that there's more gears and mechanisms in there. Ooh, there we go. Don't fall candy. So there's this gear thing here, and it's kind of hard to see. Taking this all apart, kind of hard to see. There's another gear in here as well. And what happens is when you twist that gear, maybe you can kind of see, Abby, can you see that? You can kind of see that spinning. And when that spins, it causes this thing to spin too. So you spin that. That's Abby laughing behind the camera at me. When you spin that, you can kind of see it causes this thing to spin. And what happens when it spins, you can see there's parts that are filled in and parts that have holes. right now, if the candy were on top of this would be blocking the candy, but you spin it, and then it opens up the whole part, the candy can fall through, it goes down this little chute, and comes out right here. So that is how this works. And it's not the most complicated of machines, but it's got this gear, it's got this gear, it's got this turny thing, it's got all these parts that hopefully I'll be able to figure out how to put back together. But if it didn't have any of those parts, right, if any of those parts were missing, or not in the right place, or not working like it should, none of the candy would come out. It would be trapped here. And I've done that before, where I've taken it apart like this and tried to put it back together, and I haven't quite gotten it right. Maybe one of the gears was out of place, or I forgot one of the parts, or, see? Or the things weren't in place and it fell everywhere. Right? Those are the sorts of things that can happen if you don't have things in the right place. And you end up like this, with a mess of jelly beans around you. When God says it was good, I think what he's talking about was that everything was in its right place. That the gears were where they needed to be, that the land was where